couple of good deep breaths. Easy inhale. Good exhale. So our intention today comes in the form of kind of like a question. It's a question I'll repeat a couple of times through class. It's almost like a fill in the blank. Just listen for what your intuition just naturally guides you with the answer to the question. So the question is, I love myself enough to, and just notice what your intuition says. The question I'll ask a couple of times, like I said, through class, and just notice if the answer changes. Maybe you love yourself enough to be brave to try new things. Love yourself enough to move. Love yourself enough to eat healthy. There's lots of ways that you can answer this question, but just notice, does the answer change through class? Is it the same kind of encouraging of the intuition to do something that we know that we should have done a long time ago? Just notice. Love myself enough to. And with that question on the back of our mind to lead us on, let us start off with some nice simple stretches for the body. Start to take the arms all the way to the back wall, stretching long. With our inhale, we're right here in the long line in the middle. With an exhale, lean to one side, like a banana shape. Inhale back through that long line. Exhale, second side banana. Take a couple of those and feel how it helps to open up some of that space in between the ribs. Open up the shoulders. Get the breath flowing for us. Nice and deep already. Let's take maybe one more to each side. And we're back to the long line. Hug right knee into chest. Arms wrap around the knee. Maybe take a couple of ankle rolls. Right leg reaches up to sky, grab onto it. Try to invite the hamstring into a deep stretch. Another huge inhale. And exhale, we're going to a hip opener. Right heel hooks to the back, left into the fabric. If you're confused at all, just get somebody else and copy. And then slide the shin into the chest. So it's almost like a deep pigeon pose. Looking right heel to the back, left clear where the head is. That hip getting a nice chance to open. Take another good inhale. The exhale. Good. Free out this right leg. Drop it down. Left knee comes into chest. Give it a hug. Maybe a couple of ankle rolls. Get some of the snap, crackle, pops out of the foot. Okay, extend the leg up to sky. Grab on, hamstring stretch, pull it in. Okay, take another inhale. Exhale, hook left heel to back right, clear where the face is. Slide the shin in until the knee is still happy, but the hip is open. Another deep breath pulls in. Long exhale. Free out the leg. And this one drops down, kick the feet free out the front, the fabrics at the knees. Grab on with a hand, sit up. And let's head upside down. So we're sliding our thumbs into the back end of the fabric. That helps to push the fabric down to about where the pant line is. You'll lean halfway back and slide the hands back up to grip. And from here, wide legs means we won't fall out. Wrap the legs around the fabric. Once you're upside down, you can release. So you'll need the fabric to be lower. So sit back up for a moment. Slide the thumbs in. And then you're trying to keep it pressed lower, right where the pant line is. And then kind of lean back onto it so it stays good. And then hands come in. Good. So now wide legs. Continue to slide backwards. And then each leg wraps around the back. Good. Get the whole heel to hook around it. That's okay, you're pretty much there. And if ever you don't want to go upside down, yeah, it is, so the fabric does give massages. So it's something that your body gets used to over time, but it's like a roller at first where it can be intense on the fascia. So yeah, so no pressure if it's feeling too much today. Gotta get the whole heel to hook around it. Yeah, you're good. Yeah. You'll get used to it. Yep, just know that over time, the body, it's like step-by-step progress. The body will get used to it. So here's another good moment for that question again. I love myself enough to just notice what your answer is right now. It's natural for people to come out at different points in class. Different people come out earlier than others is what I mean. But when you're sitting up eventually, you're welcome to work through some neck tension, just kind of rolling the head around. Just right ear over the right shoulder, and eventually left ear over left shoulder. Just give some time for those last couple that were upside down to have just a little bit longer. Okay, start to work your way up if you're not there already. We're going to bring both arms to the inside of the fabric. And then our right knee comes inside so that we can clasp hands around the foot or just reach for the ankle or shin is fine too. So we're clasping around right leg, and then right leg tries to reach up to sky. If you're not able to extend it as straight as you'd like, that's how when you start to walk the hands down instead. Still early in class, our muscles are not super warmed up yet, but we're trying to let this leg learn that it can be more in an extended shape. Now work the left hand to the outside of that foot or the outside of that leg. It's holding that leg up. The right arm circles up to reach to the back wall. Nice twist. You can also take that right hand to the fabric behind the head if you prefer. Another inhale. And exhale, release. Drop that right leg down, left knee in. Same thing, grab around foot or shin. Lengthen leg up to the sky as much as it will right now. Okay, right hand anchors to outside of that left foot. Left arm circles back. If you like how it felt to bring the hand behind the fabric, behind the head, take that. Another inhale. Exhale. Release. Drop the foot down. Now gather up the fabric to the direction that points your torso to the center of the on the other way. Punch up to this direction. Okay, lock your arms straight. The hip that just got lifted, that's the leg that's gonna swing up and over. Sometimes it's kind of funky the first time, so no worries if it takes a minute. But eventually that leg's coming to a straddle position, and when you're there, each heel comes into the fabric so we can extend the legs out wide. Try to keep the core and the back muscles engaged to sit up tall as possible. And the arm strength presses the legs open. Reach the right hand down the right foot, left hand reaches up and over to the right. Don't let the left leg just kind of freely fall in. Try to keep it muscularly wide. Raise up, second side, slide over to the left, and right arm up and over. Beautiful. Rise back up. We're going to come to a standing position inside. So we do want the toes and the whole foot inside the fabric. If you've got toes peeking out at all, reset the feet at least to be correct. And also reset the feet to be equal on each side, meaning equal depth, equal distance from the end. So toes are inside, feet are set up. From there, slide the heels in close to the glutes, and we want the knees to be puffed out. That'll help us not get stuck. Good, so kind of like a little squat position, grip up high on the fabric in front of you. Come to a toe squat by puffing the knees out. Get the feet right underneath you. Walk your hands higher if that helps you. Yeah, there you go. Little toe squat. Got it. It's okay. If you get stuck, just go back to that wide position, but try to get to the toe squat. And then from here, gripping even higher again, we'll come up to stand. That's okay. Just go back to the wide one if you can't get here. Okay, so we're gonna take a moment for a split to each direction. So face to the mirror side, the shoulder that's closer to the mirror comes behind, and then you grab on, try to face your hips to the mirror, and then let yourself slide down to split. Take 2 more breaths on this path. Good, and then squeeze in our thighs to come back up to stand. Readjust the shoulders so that we can face the back wall. When you're there, the hips are square to the back wall. Just slide down to split. Good. One more inhale. Exhale, squeezing your thighs together, face back how you started. On this little triangle that's in front of you, grip one hand on each end. And then we're gonna try to go for a splits to this direction. So each heel starts to slide out. It's the arm strength that holds us up here. Let the legs open out wide. Take maybe 2 breaths. And then try to use arm strength to slowly lower the hips back down after that. Good work. Each foot gets free of the fabric. The fabric is at the knees again. Good. We're going to come into a taco fold inside the fabric. So one hand is at the stop sign. Press that hand into the fabric directly in front of your face. That holds the spot for the feet. So now your opposite foot comes up first. That's the easy one to help assist get up there. Once that one foot's there, it's pretty easy to get the second foot next to the first one. And then once you've got both feet up, see how much the legs will extend upward. It's okay if there's some bend to the knees. In fact, pushing heels into the fabric makes it a little bit easier. If you're at the point you want to go deeper, you'll try to relax as many muscle groups as possible, and that will naturally keep us folding in a little bit deeper. Just relax for a few moments as both hamstrings get the stretch together this time. If you'd like to continue to work on hamstrings, stay here. If you'd like to work into hips, start to slide the feet into cobbler's pose shape. The knees are open. You choose how close the heels come into the pelvis. Love myself enough to What if we thought about ourselves as our own forever Valentine? How would we treat ourselves if we thought of ourselves that way? Deepest breath possible. Long inhale. Easy exhale. Good. We're going to get both feet freed out to the mirror side. And then face back forward. Good. Let's head to Vampire. Those that know Vampire, go into it. If you need a refresher or if it's new to you, watch step by step and then I can help you. So the idea is it's a shoulder stand with the fabric folding our shoulders. We don't want too much extra at the neck. So we're getting just enough to completely cover shoulders, and then the elbow pulls all the excess into the waist. As we start to lay back, we need to take this excess that we gathered at the waist down. So we step the feet in, lift the hips up, and then extend all that fabric down to the feet. So then last steps to head upside down here. Each hand grabs up high, left and right. We pike the feet up and then press the feet into the fabric. And then that press is what helps us to press upside down. So go ahead and take the fabric around shoulders. You got a ton extra. Okay. No pressures. Okay. Yep, that can take some time to get used to. So no pressure at all. You're welcome to do some of the stretches that we started class with. Yep, the hamstring stretching, the hip stretching, all of that stuff. Without this bit, is that will not stay. For me, that helps me like those that want to play with any variations, go right ahead. Feel yourself giving yourself the gift of a shoulder massage, whole body weight helping to release some of that tension. We've got about half the class out. So the last couple that are upside down, take your last few breaths. Those that are laying down, give yourselves just a couple of breaths to help everything flip back around, your blood pressure, everything. And you're helping me know that you're ready to move on eventually by sitting up. So no rush to get there. That just communicates to me that you're doing okay. Okay. Still no rush. When you're ready, we're going to work our way to a standing position. I like to have hands on the outside. I'll do a little lift of my legs and then tilt the fabric to help it slide down the legs as I go. Good. So keep the fabric in front of the shoulders. We're circling the hands above the head and around. I like to do 2 wraps, and then the second wrap, it falls directly into the hands. So from here, grip tight, and then start to let the hips travel backwards so that your spine is a nice lengthening shape. And we'll start to circle the hips slowly around the globe. Circle over to one side. Eventually come forward on your toes. And hips to the second side. Good. Take this maybe 2 or 3 times to this direction, giving your hands a break when you need it. After you've taken the hand break, you'll circle the hips a couple of times to the other direction. Helpful to make sure hips are directly under plumb line, by the way. So if you ended up forward or backward of it, that would change the circles. And when you're ready for the second break, you can completely take the hands out and shake them. Okay. When your hands are free, you'll grip onto each side and then lengthen the arms out behind you. The arms are a bit wider than shoulders. So from here, keep the core engaged so we're not just kind of flopping back, but we're lengthening up, the core is engaged, and then we're opening the heart. This also opens up the shoulders nicely. Huge inhale. And exhale, rise back up. Let the elbows bend, take the fabric out in front of you. Readjust the grip in front. And then same thing, a little bit wider than shoulders, bend at the waist, it's 90 degrees. Take a few cat-cows, round the vertebrae to the sky. And then the opposite, push the belly down, gaze up. Let's do that 2 more times. Flatten back out. And let's sway over to the front door and stay. The right elbow points down to the ground, the left arm is straight. Knees and feet can do whatever they need to do. Good. Let's straighten both arms through the center and switch sides into the back door. Now it's left elbow pointing down. Good. Straighten back forward. Flatten out one more time. Try to fill even the hips untucking. Like if we had a tail, we're trying to point that tail even more to the back wall. Good. Soft bend to the knees. Roll the spine up. We'll try to take one flexed arm hang, or if you can't do that, try to hop maybe 3 times. So release the fabric, and then like you're giving the fabric a hug, wrap around once, twice, and then it falls into your hands. When you're ready, you'll take an inhale, prep. Exhale to come up. Try to hold and breathe as long as you can. If this isn't staying, take 3 hops instead. Good. Know that strength comes over time. Good work. And go ahead and free the hands out. Take some circles. Good work. Okay. Let's place right foot into the fabric. The hands slide up nice and high. The leg is straightening. And we're slowly sinking the weight forward like splits. In this moment, I love myself enough to feel how the body's receiving this deep stretch. Try to weight over the center. Keep the left hand there. Right arm twists back. The left arm maybe even pulls further to the left so that this leg comes into an IT band stretch. Beautiful. Facing back forward, grip high again. So we're gonna come up and down 5 times up to a standing position and then back down. Straight leg is gonna be harder because it's more arm strength. Bent knee will be easier because you can use the leg strength to help you. So either way, reach up high, inhale, prep. Exhale, coming up for 5. And down. Good. 4. Breathe the whole time. 3. 2, you can always skip a couple of reps if needed. And 1. Good work. Straighten the leg back out. And this time, minimal use of hands. We're leaning forward. We're just using enough grip strength to balance. Just give your hands a break besides that. So basically, rather than death grip holding on, the palms are nice and relaxed. Okay, rising up, we need to switch legs. You can either just take this leg out, take the other leg in, or swinging switch. Grip high, the leg that's in the fabric stays straight. You step the second foot in and the first foot out. Awesome. Either way, we've got left foot. We're sliding the hands up high and slowly sink the weight forward to splits. Feel those muscle fibers lengthen. Beautiful. Weight over the center. The right hand pulls the leg further to the right. The left arm to quick twist, reaching to the back wall. Good. Facing back forward. We're trying to go up and down 5 times. So bend your straight leg you choose. Inhale, prep. Exhale to go up. 5. 4. 3. 2. I try to make the landing as soft as possible. 1. It's all good. Good work. Good work. Coming with the leg back forward, minimal grip, lean the torso. Another inhale. Exhale. Good. Rise up, step the foot out. And let's take a belt across the front of our hips. So hands are gripping on, pulling the fabric right up to the hip bones, not the guts. Get it lower than that. So tippy toes if you need to. We're walking forward, taking the slack out of the fabric. Start to lean into the fabric. Bend at the waist. We'll drop one hand down and then the other. It's a good, for me, 3 steps backwards to take the hips under palm line. A nice downward facing dog shape. You can use as much arm strength as you wish to take some of the intensity out of the hips if needed. So know that since the head is upside down, if you need to come out at any point, that's perfectly fine. If you're doing okay, I'll guide you into a standing split. So right leg opens wide to remind us to catch the outside of the fabric. We bend that right knee, catch the toes on the fabric, wrap around, and then try to slide the right leg up as high as possible. I'll come around to help anybody who needs it. The other foot can temporarily come off the ground while you're, but then you'll want to return it. Okay, look at it. Side to side. Good. Beautiful. Try to return this one back down.
Not happening.
Not happening. That's okay.
That's her.
That's okay. Good. You're doing okay still. Take maybe 3 more breaths on this half. Softly bend right knee. Gentle release of the toes back down. And then left side, same thing. Wrap around the outside. We're extended that. Good, good adjustment there. Maybe one more huge breath. You're still doing okay and you want some hip hang time, hug around the shins. Just let the neck be loose, the spine is loose. If at any point you're welcome, you need to come up, you're welcome to do so. And if you want to come up for a little while and then back down, that's perfectly fine as well. Your head just needs a little bit of time. Looks like we have the majority coming out. So if you're not there, maybe last breath or 2 and then start to head up. We'll get the fabric behind shoulder blades. Just leaning back for a moment. Perhaps hand support head, bending right knee, bring the elbow to the right knee. And switching sides. Back to the center. We're still giving our head a little bit of time. We'll walk the feet forward so that it's like we're sitting in a chair. You can either be passive here, just release all the way to the core so the spine gets a chance to get pulled long, or you can be a little bit more active, maybe taking frog leg circles or twisting the knees to one side and the other. So active or passive, you choose the quality, what feels best for the body right now. Good. Start to bring yourself back to stillness. If you're not there, heel toe the feet as wide as they can get. See if you can drop the hands to the inner thighs. If you need to readjust the fabric to be a little bit lower down your back, that's fine. Hands press the inner thighs open. And let's all straighten the right leg. Inner thigh stretch for that side. Good. Straighten the left leg. Beautiful. Back through the center, and then one knee at a time drops down to the floor. Open the arms up, and then push the heart forward into a back bend shape. Kind of like a camel's pose. You're supported, you're lifting. Good. Back to weight over the center. Keep the fabric under your shoulder blades for a moment. The hands slide high. The feet come out to kind of dangle in front. It's a straight leg position, but just nice and loose. So then from here, with the tight grip, we're slowly sliding the shoulders forward of the fabric and then lowering the glutes to floor. Good. If it's hard to sit up tall here, keep the hands up high to use that to help lift the spine. Otherwise, just slide the hands together and I support it forward fold. Good, and sitting back up, release the hands. We're gonna go for a little bit of arm strengthening from here. So hands are in prayer position. Dive the prayer position hands into the center of fabric. Turn the thumbs down. And then scoop the hands under all the way to flip up. And then separate about as wide as shoulders before you grab on each side. That's a nice wrist lock. So from here, your options are both feet planted. That'll be the easiest version. One leg hovering at a time. We'll do 5 reps and then take a break and then 5 reps. Or if anybody can do both legs hovering at a time, that is a third option. So choose your variation. One leg, both legs, no legs. Take an inhale, prep. Exhale, lifting up for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a little break. Fingers wiggle for a moment. Get your breath. Okay. Reset the grip. Second leg if you did just one. Inhale. Exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Finger wiggle. Beautiful. Sliding the feet into cobbler's pose. Let's just dangle forward again, nice and supported. Knees lift up, feet plant. Grip, it can still be the same grip or just grab on. We're gonna try for a bow pose to rise up, a full wheel pose. So hips lift, take a back bend shape. And then arm strength pulls us up to stand. Right, you can always walk backwards a little. Look to release. Whew, good break. Okay, Let's do one more arm strengthening thing for the day, and then we'll take another inversion. So this one I'll face forward with you. We're giving the fabric a hug, doing the double wrap around. Fabric falls into the hands. I recommend don't let this be super high up, because then that'll make you have to do more work. Have it closer to shoulder, so you're already almost where you need to be. Okay. So first we turn the toes to this top left side, and then right knee circles, left knee circles, we're facing the other direction. And then readjust. Left, right, right, left. Left, right, right, left. Good. Okay. If you want to make it harder, we'll do a full pinwheel, both legs, fan. Right, left, left, right. Yep. You're awesome. Maybe one more. Awesome. Release. Okay, our last inversion is a nice straddle back. So have the fabric in front of shoulders like a backpack, fabric behind the hips. Slide the thumbs in, pushing the fabric across sacrum. Good. 1 foot steps back, and then we start to lean into it. Don't let it slide any higher up the sacrum than it is. I like to do 3 toes forward to take me back under plumb line. And then as hands go high, knees go wide, and wrap the feet around. Good. Release the hands, hang. Any variations that you want to play with are perfectly fine. And if you don't want to invert here, you're welcome to go back to the chair that we were in a little while ago and just do any of those things, the knee circles, the twisting, anything that just feels good for the spine for a little while. Kind of like a last gift that we give ourselves. And let's ask that question again. I love myself enough to, and what's the answer at this point in class? Any stretches at all if you come out before others. No rush. Those that want to be upside down, you take all the time you want for this one. I'll be right back, just looking at the door again. So essentially, so that you know where we're headed, this is the last pose of the day. So I want to give anybody that wants to be here for a while plenty of time to be here. You want to hang for 5 more minutes, hang for 5 more minutes. That's perfectly fine. Whenever you're satisfied with it, you're welcome to start heading to a Shavasana shape. Some people lay on the floor. They just want to be grounded by this point in class. Some people want to come back to that floating Shavasana that we did at the beginning. So you can head to either one when you're ready. I'm not going to rush you. I'm not going to guide you from this point. It's just relaxing, enjoying these last poses or stretches until eventually you're ready to take your final resting pose. No rush. Into deeply inhales. And then the exhales. Use the movements back to the body. Toes. Wrists. Maybe take some stretches like at the beginning, arm stretching to the back wall, doing the banana to each side. Some people like to do fetal position, keep the body long, but turn onto one side, one hip stacking on top of the other. Then from there, you can curl into a tight ball and arch the spine back, like a fun cat cow. We do 3 or 4 to one side and then switch 3 or 4 to the other side. Small movements that wake up our body, turn us to this time, this space. Eventually, we'll rise up to a comfortable seated position, no rush to get there. Rise up, let's join hands together in front of the heart. Asking ourselves one more time, I love myself enough to, intuition fills in the blank. This type of self-love to guide us toward that step forward. Let's wrap up the time that we shared together with the sound of Om. Deep inhale now. May we be filled with light, happiness, and peace. Namaste.
Namaste.